If you were somebody that struggled with knowing what your purpose is in life, thinking you had to have a certain title, position, or job, stay tuned. This video is for you. Welcome to my channel where we're growing with God and becoming more confident in Him. I created this YouTube channel because I have a lot of things that God has been teaching me, and specifically He's been kind of nudging for me to share this with my community. I am primarily on Instagram. Unfortunately, I cannot squeeze all of these thoughts into 10 to 30 second reels like Instagram wants me to. So I decided to start this YouTube channel to hopefully get the message out there and connect to more women like me who the blinders are coming off and we are finally seeing what it means to be daughters of Christ. By the way, I would love for you to join my community, so please subscribe to my channel and let's grow together. Today I want to talk about purpose because I always thought that I needed to be in a certain position. I needed to have a certain job. My purpose had to be something that I was doing with my career or my life. And I'm really realizing that that couldn't be further from the truth. If you are somebody that is a woman in Christ and you're growing with God, then your primary purpose in life is so much less complicated than we actually think. I think society has really tricked a lot of us into this hustle culture where we think it has to be something big, like a big job. Like we have to have our job be our purpose and we have to have this big dramatic why. And what I found is it is so much simpler, and it's just the way that we live our lives daily as Christian women. Personally, that took a lot of the pressure from me. I was always somebody that I wanted to do the next big thing. I wanted to get the next goal, the next position, the next promotion, anything that would make me feel like my life was meaningful. And God has really been speaking to me lately to just pump the brakes and just be faithful to Him. Because as Christian women, when we're faithful to God and we walk on that path with God, we are making a bigger impact than we could ever imagine. And that has been so freeing to me. The way that I think of it is it's not a certain title or position. It's just the way we live our lives daily. And the good thing about that is we can do that wherever we are, whether we are stay-at-home moms, whether we work a corporate 9 to 5, whether we're in ministry, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be this big thing in addition to what we're already doing in life. It really is just about living out that godly behavior and being faithful to God and being a Christian woman in your everyday life. When I first started my faith journey, I was like, okay, I get it, God, you're changing my life. Now, what do you want me to do with this? And I kept saying, God, what am I supposed to do? And really, it's been just accepting the fact that it doesn't have to be this big thing. What has helped me lately is just connecting with God, reading the Bible, going on worship walks, which I will talk a lot about because they have been changing my life, and just journaling and realizing that the more pressure I put on myself to have this big purpose in life, the less purposeful I actually feel, because I think I'm not doing enough, I'm not creating enough, I'm not making enough impact. So even I have an Instagram where it's called She Belongs, and I've shared my faith journey on there, and I've had so much fun, and I really felt God calling me to that. But then I felt God kind of telling me to take a step back, because I was really trying to make it something that it didn't need to be. I was thinking, okay, I needed to do this. I needed to connect with this many people. I needed to have this many followers for me to make an impact. And really at the end of the day, it's just reflecting myself the way that I would think God would want me to reflect myself, and that is my purpose. And again, it's so freeing to know that wherever you are in life, you can do that. So what I've realized is my purpose isn't a perfect job. It's not being super successful. It's not being an influencer. It's just to become more like Jesus and living that out in my daily walk with Christ. Wherever you are in life, every job, every interaction, every relationship is your opportunity to reflect Him, and for people to look at you and say, she's different. There's something about her. And then once they get to know you, they know it's because you are a reflection of Christ. You are a Christian woman who is just living out your godly values. When you're at work, instead of asking yourself, is this my dream job? Is this it for me? Ask yourself, how can I reflect Jesus here in my job? One of the biggest shifts that I made is stop asking myself, am I doing enough? And start asking, how can I love someone like Jesus today? At church, with your friends, with your family, on social media, how can you reflect that love to other people. If you're like me and you've put pressure on yourself, where am I going to be in 10 years? What is the next big step for me? Maybe it's putting the pause on all of that and just asking if you're being faithful to God today. Now, I'm still learning. I definitely don't have this all figured out. This is just something that I've been learning through reading the Bible, journaling, going on my walks, and just really connecting with God. But I can tell you, it's been so peaceful for me because it's somebody as a perfectionist, an overachiever, somebody that feels like they always have to do the next big thing. It has been so freeing for me to just accept that, first of all, I'm enough as I am because I'm a daughter of Christ. I don't have to live through the world's expectations. What the world thinks of me doesn't matter as long as I'm being faithful to God and my faith. And this has been so huge for me. So I hope this helps if you're somebody like me, always thinking that you needed more, especially if social media can be toxic for you to think you need to be like that person, more like that influencer, earn more money for this. Just be happy and thankful for what you have today and ask yourself, how can I reflect that and honor God? If this was helpful for you, please subscribe to this channel, and I would love to hear in the comments if you can relate to this at all. And what are some things that you've been working on? What are some things that God has been calling you to? I'm just so excited for this channel and to share my heart and more of these longer videos. If you know anybody that can benefit, please share this channel. I would really love to build a community here and just get to know other women who are growing in Christ. Bye, guys.